Hello my viewers and subscribers. So this is what I made. Okay, so it is a decorative flower and I will be doing a tutorial. I will be using this yarn. It's the Red Heart yarn. It's 100% acrylic and the color of this yarn is Argyle print. It's a multicolor. The texture is a good texture. It is a medium size yarn. I will be using this crochet needle. It's a 3.50 millimeter crochet needle. And I will be using these bamboo skewers, okay? The ones that you use to make shish kebab. I bought these at a local dollar store and it's $1.99. And I will be using these styrofoam balls. Okay, I only have one left because I used 3 so I could show you the decorative flower that I crocheted. So stay tuned. I'm gonna do a tutorial. I'm just gonna set up my camera. Okay, so we're gonna do 3 chain stitch. 1, 2, 3. You can make them loose. And we're gonna pull our yarn through. Okay, and we're gonna join our loop stitch. We're gonna put our yarn over our thumb, grab the actual chain stitch that you did, and we're gonna push our needle through in the middle of the chain stitch that we closed off. We're gonna make a slip stitch. We're gonna go back in the chain stitch hole and we're gonna pull our yarn through, loop the yarn over our thumb like so, okay, and put our needle through, pull. We're gonna keep doing that until we can't put any more of the needle inside the hole, okay, because you just want to fill the hole and pull your yarn through to make your loop stitch. Okay, but you want to make sure your loop is not all caught up in here. Okay, so we're gonna go in our next chain stitch from the circle and we're gonna keep going. We're gonna go into the same chain stitch because we're trying to make this wider. So we're gonna do 2 loops in each chain stitch, okay? We're doing 2 loops in each chain stitch. 2 loop stitch. Because we're trying to make it wider as we go. Because if it's not wider, we won't be able to fit our foam ball inside and we won't be able to make our decorative flower. I don't know what that was all about. I think that's my daughter's phone. Don't know what she's listening to. But sorry about the disruption. Okay, so as you can see, it's getting larger because you're doing 2 loop stitch in 1 chain stitch, okay? So that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna keep doing that. And then you're also gonna measure when you get to a certain extent. You're gonna measure to see where your ball will fit, okay? So we're going to keep going. We're trying to make our ball or our circle, whatever you call it. We're trying to fit that inside of the stitch. Okay, so we have a little ways to go. I'm just going to keep going. Depending on the size of your ball, you just have to stop to measure it. Okay, so keep going back in the same hole, and I'm gonna go closer in the camera. So I'm going like this. As you can see your chain stitch here. Okay, as you make a loop, it forms a chain stitch. See, that's your chain stitch right there. Let me focus out. So that's your chain stitch. You're looping your yarn on your thumb. Okay, and your needle is going over your yarn, and you're going to go into the next chain stitch. Okay, and you're making 2 in the same chain stitch like this. Okay, so you're gonna have something that looks like this. Okay, so you have something that looks like this. Okay, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn it over. You're gonna put your foam ball inside just to see how far you are. Okay, and you're gonna keep going. You're gonna keep crocheting because you want to make sure that you make it large enough and your ball will fit inside. So eventually you're going to be closing this off. So we're going to keep going, and this time we're just going to go in each loop. Okay, so when you reach halfway with your ball, you're just going to make one loop stitch in your next chain stitch, because if you do 2 loops in one chain stitch, you're going to make it larger, and you don't want that. You want to make it narrow because you're about to close it off. You're about to make your ball fit inside. Okay, so you can cover the ball to make your decorative flower. Okay, so you're just going to continue this way. So instead of 2 in 1, you're doing 1 in 1 chain, 1 loop stitch in 1 chain. Okay, because we need to make it narrow so it can fit in the ball. Oops. And we are pretty much there. So if you're not in Canada and you're watching this, I hope you're having beautiful weather. The weather here right now, it's today was the most beautiful day in the week. It was 4 degrees and it felt a bit like spring. So we are looking forward to spring. Okay, and our days are going to be longer soon, so we'll have more daylight. Okay, and that's so good for the health. So I'm sure a lot of people will be happy despite the fact that COVID still exists and we still have to wear masks. However, you just have to make the best of what life has to offer. You just live the best life possible that you can. Just live in the moment and just make the best of today. Make today your best day. Okay, every day you wake up, make it your best day. and try to live a positive life the best way you can. I know life can be stressful, however, we just have to take it one day at a time. That's all we can do, one day at a time. Okay, so I'm so looking forward to spring and seeing the flowers and the trees and everything. Because I love the outdoors. Hopefully, my hip won't be bothering me and I'll be able to walk when the weather starts to warm up. Okay, so we're going to stop again and we're going to put our ball inside. So as you can see, we are getting there, okay? Look, it's pretty much covered right now and we are getting there. So I'm going to take the ball out because it's difficult to crochet with the ball inside, okay? So we're just going to keep going. See how easy this is? And once the ball fits over the top, we're going to start decreasing the stitches and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that, okay? So this is very interesting to make, and you can use whichever color that you like. You can use different size foam balls to achieve different size flowers, okay, decorative flowers. You can use the small ones. They come in different size, small, medium, large, all kinds of sizes. So you can use whichever one you want. And you can just stick the skewer through your foam ball and your yarn once you're done crocheting. Or you can use some glue to keep, just use glue at the tip to keep it in place once you push it through. If you're making something and you're not going to be touching it much, then you don't need glue to keep it in place because you're just going to stick the skewer in the ball and you're going to leave it there. But if you're going to move it from one destination to the other, then you might want to use some glue so when you're moving it, the ball doesn't fall off of your skewer. Okay, so as you can see, we are getting there, and I just love to crochet and just see my finished product. I just get so proud of myself because crocheting is so therapeutic, and the thing is, you can become so creative once you start thinking. You can think of ideas, things that you can crochet, and just get it done. I am so happy that I decided to crochet. Okay, so I'm gonna stop again and I'm gonna stick my ball, my foam ball inside, and as you can see, we're pretty much there. Okay, so we can get ready to start closing it off. And this is the difficult part because now you have the ball inside and it's gonna be hard to work with. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna stick my needle in the first chain stitch, in the second chain stitch, in the third chain stitch, and I'm gonna pull my yarn through and I'm gonna go into my next chain stitch. Okay, make a slip stitch, and then I'm gonna make 3 loop stitch in the next 3 chain stitch. Okay, so I'm gonna continue like that until I close it off. It gets a bit difficult to work with like this, but this is the only way, unless you're gonna make 2 half and join them, and then it's not gonna look so good. Okay, so we're almost there, people. Should I say my viewers? my lovely viewers and my subscribers. Thank you so much to all my viewers and subscribers for all your support. And I really appreciate you watching my videos, subscribing and sharing, and just the support. I just love the support that you give me. Thank you so much, and all the kind words and everything that you have to say to me. It makes so much of a difference to me. I really appreciate it. It's so good to know that we still have good people in this lifetime, despite of all the difficulties that we sometimes face. There's still good people in this lifetime. There are people that want to see you get somewhere, and then there are people that doesn't want to see you get anywhere, so they don't give you support. But if you are a spiritual person and you believe in God, then you know that when you pray, good things happen. And God has never forsaken me. And I'm not trying to push religion on anyone. So for my viewers that, like have different religions or different opinions, I am not trying to push my religion on you. But for me, this is what works for me. God works for me. He works for me to make sure everything in my life is going the way He planned. Okay? So I don't want to offend anyone, just in case you don't believe in God or you're not a spiritual person, but that's my belief, and I don't want to force my belief onto anyone. So if I offend anyone, I do apologize, but that's just my belief. And as you can see, we're almost there. I'm just going to stop for a minute shortly, and I'm just going to show you for a minute here what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to stop for a minute. So as you can see, this is what we have left, because it's pretty much closed off. You see that? So it's closed off, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so we're pretty much there. We're almost finished. Okay, where did I... Everything looks the same. Okay, so we're gonna keep going. And I'm gonna pick up one. Oops. So 1, 2, and now 3. Okay, and we're gonna do a slip stitch. Let's try this again. Slip stitch, and we're gonna go into our next chain stitch, and we're gonna pull our yarn through, and then we're gonna do 3 loop stitches. 1, 2. See how difficult it is when you get to the bottom? And then 3. Okay, and then what you can do is you can go into each chain space and just pull it all together. Okay, and we're almost there. And voila, we did it. So I'm just gonna clip my yarn and pull my yarn through, and I'm gonna tighten it, and I'm gonna hide my yarn inside. Okay, and then I'm just gonna get the skewer so I can push the skewer through so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so you're gonna take the skewer And you're going to push the skewer through the bottom. And you don't want to push it too far because you don't want it to come out through the other end. And there you have it. Okay, let me put this in here. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. So let's move these things, and there we have it. Let me remove my camera. Sorry people, when you don't have a photographer, it's hard working by yourself. Don't worry. I will be able to have a photographer one day soon, hopefully. Okay, so this is what my vase looks like with my decorative flowers. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so whatever color your decor is, you can use that same color. You can crochet that color and you can make your own decorative flower. Let me take these out so I'll have a matching pair of flower. Or if I want to add the white, there we go. Okay, and then put back the green over here. Okay, so there we have it. Thank you for stopping by. Until next time, many blessings. Okay, remember to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Take care. Bye for now.